And now, presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Brooklyn Nets in their house, Barclays Center. And for Brooklyn, finally we get to stop talking about this team and actually get to see them in action. Feels like it's been a long offseason. Jeremy Lin. What a story this guy has in his career, from Linsanity in New York to Houston, and now a member of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes, Linsanity swept New York a few years back. Ernie, he's an exciting player to watch, an attack guard. The Lakers are happy to have him. Now he's making a splash in another big market.
Jeremy Lin, an L.A. Laker. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for your Brooklyn Nets. A 6'9" forward from Russia, Andrei Kirilenko. A 6'11" forward from Farragut Academy, number 2, Kevin.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Here in Brooklyn, we have an interconference matchup with the Nets looking to create some cheers for their home crowd. So the Lakers win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Lakers right now, inside it's Boozer and Hill. Lin and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. And it's Johnson in at the 3. Lopez with the steal. Lin against Williams. Joe Johnson on the wing. Williams dishes to Garnett. Kirilenko kicks to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. From 10 feet out, no luck. Nice D from Bryant.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
You know, Brook Lopez is a devastating scorer from the right block, and at his size, it's really tough to bother that shot, and really it comes down to whether he makes it or not, and most of the time he makes it.
Williams up on top, defended by Lin. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Lopez outside, back to Williams. Feeds it to Lopez. Johnson, that's for 2, and that's good for 2. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Kobe with it. To the left wing. Lin the pass to Johnson. Outside, Kobe. Hill, a screen on Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. He took good advantage of that screen.
You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he can really get rolling.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter basketball. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Kirilenko dishes to Williams. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Let's now go to Doris Burke over across the way, who spoke with Lionel Hollins, and Doris, take it away.
Obviously, he has a lot on his plate when it comes to defending against Kobe Bryant. I asked him what he might do, and he said not much. He's one of the league's all-time best scorers, and no matter what you seem to do, he finds ways to get on the scoreboard. Kobe might be seeing a lot of double teams here tonight, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Johnson outside. Boozer kicks to Hill. From deep, Johnson. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter. You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
Hands the 12-footer.
He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Then the pass to Kobe. Kicks it to Hill. Back to Bryant. Hill inside. Johnson's there. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Hill's got his first 2 points. With the Nets, they did make strong role players out of guys that Steve didn't seem to be on anyone's radar.
Well, it gave them a lot of flexibility over the summer in terms of what they wanted to do personnel-wise. You can never discount how much that can shape the future of a franchise.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Lakers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Lynn dishes to Johnson. And the foul on Andre Kirilenko. That is his first foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Randall's checked in for Hill. Davis comes in for Carlos Boozer. Nick Young's checked in for Johnson. And Nash is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Now here's Bryant. He dishes it to Randall. It's Young on the wing. Pass to Bogdanovich. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Ed Davis.
Yeah, I like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throws.
First one falls for him. That one drops. He ties it up.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Nash kicks to Young. Anderson against Kobe. Davis with a screen on Anderson. Out to Nash. Just 5 on the clock. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. We've got 1:08 left here in the opening quarter.
Well, a tough season for Steve Nash last year. Injuries limiting him to only a few games, and now in his 40s, it's looking like this might be his last go-round.
Here's Bogdanovich. Teletovic lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Great-looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nash kicks to Bryant. With the fadeaway. And again, it's the Lakers.
Assist from.
And for Steve Nash, the last couple seasons, Issues with his hip, hamstring, a fractured leg, and then nerve damage. It's been tough sledding.
Yeah, it really has been. It's a product of a long Hall of Fame career, and the body inevitably starts to wear down. I mean, it's tough, but I understand his motivation to finish his career on his terms, especially after all the work he's put in to get him back on the court. But sometimes the storybook ending you desire just doesn't come to be.
Outside Bryant. Tipped away. Here's Jack. Can't get it to go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, up 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Brooklyn trailing.
Well, the Lakers were coming into the season with only about $11 million in salary committed, a chance to attract 2 max free agents, but when they gave Kobe Bryant that 2-year, $50 million extension. So that seems to possibly postpone the rebuild that the Lakers have by maybe 2 more years.
Jarrett Jack is out there with Johnson. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Bogdanovic in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here is Lynn, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Plumlee with the steal. Knocks it loose. Johnson outside. Pass to Young. Dishes to Lynn. Over in the corner, Randall. Back to Lynn. Shot clock at 6. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Johnson for 3. Cannot hit. The Nets go the other way with it. And a great player like Kobe Bryant, who spent Clark his entire career with one team, he deserves to retire a Laker. He feels that way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I feel exactly the same way. You love to see guys who've had the impact on a team and on a league the way Kobe has, as a box office draw and winning. You'd like to see those guys be one-team guys, and I'd be surprised if Kobe's not in that category. In 2016, though, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant hit free agency. Uh-oh, might be some forward thinking going on here as well, partner.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Yes, Kevin, as you know, Nick Young re-signed with the Lakers this past summer and couldn't be happier. Said it was always his dream to be a Lakers cat. He said, "This is home. I would love to finish off here as a Laker. My kids get to go to school and say, my dad is a Laker, and that's big. It's a big difference than being on any other team." Guys?
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Brook Lopez is checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Kirilenko comes in for Bogdanovic. And it's Williams in for Jarrett Jack. Now here's Plumlee. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Lopez passes to Kirilenko. Back to Lopez for the three. And Williams gets it to go on the assist from Lopez. And it's 6 points for Deron Williams. Lakers trail by 4. Lynn with it. Williams picks him up. Lynn kicks to Young. Here's Lynn. Boozer with the screen for Lynn. From the stripe. Tries again, and that one's good. Boozer's got his second basket of the night.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Outside Williams. Passes it to Johnson. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far.
Joe Johnson is also sometimes called ISO Joe because of his ability to produce buckets going one-on-one. There's nobody better in that situation in terms of creating a shot with ease and never shying away from the big moment.
Now, here is Young. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And Carlos Boozer gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but you know, you got to be smart too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
And the Nets making a change here. Garnett's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Hill's checked in. Johnson dishes to Williams. Garnett with a screen on Lynn. Williams attacking. And he converts the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And you talk about Johnson's ability to get a shot off. 6'7", huge frame for a two-guard. And with his ball handling ability, he can really create space for himself.
Now here's Lynn. Johnson, the pass to Lynn. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles.
2 minutes.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Young. From deep. Again, Young missing. And Johnson's so smooth, Clark, but you know, Joe, his size and strength, sometimes it seems like he could do more to press the issue and draw foul.
Well, you know, I'm not going to be overly critical. This guy is terrific as a one-on-one isolation player. He used to average over 5 free throws a game, but that number has declined. But that may be more a function of him maturing in his career and picking his spots to be aggressive and not wanting to draw contact.
1:21 left in the first half of basketball. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. And there's the feed to Lopez. Clock at 6. Williams against Hill. Shoots a fader. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
They're working in closer to the bucket here in the second.
Yeah, Clark, the threes really weren't falling early, and sometimes seeing a few easy ones go down can get your offense back into a groove.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. The Nets making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Boozer. Ryan Kelly comes in for Wesley Johnson. Ryan is checked in for Young. And Nash is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Outside Bryant. Hill kicks to Bryant. The kick out to Hill. Over to the wing. Kelly dishes to Bryant. 5 to shoot. Hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Brooklyn making some changes. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Brook Lopez. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Andrei Kirilenko. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Nash drives in. It's back to Hill. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Garnett. And here are the Nets. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Williams with the ball. Who's picked up by Hill. Williams passes to Garnett. Back to Williams. Garnett, right side. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. And now it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
And Bryant kicks to Nash. It's good from long range. Nash has got 5 now. Here's Williams. The shot will not go. And the first half ends in a close one. Nets lead by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Carlos Boozer. And Carlos, this is a game that's had some back and forth. Does their approach require adjustments?
Yeah, they're a great team. I mean, we came out great in the first 5-6 minutes. They came back, and then we fought back. We didn't hold our head. We're very resilient, so we're going to keep fighting to the end.
Carlos, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Without question, Deron Williams displaying his skills today.
It seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
Nets leading by 5.
For a while, it looked like the Nets would struggle to make the postseason last year, but they pulled it together.
Right side, Williams. Back to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Good work defensively by Bryant.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Lynn and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. Inside, it's Boozer and Hill. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. Now here's Williams, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Kirilenko dishes to Johnson. From deep. Rebound, Hill. Hill's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Up top, Kobe. He's guarded by Johnson. And Bryant kicks to Lynn. Trying to find Boozer, and he does now.
The Lakers had problems all over the place last season, but one reason they struggled on the road was due to the fact that they just always seemed to run out of gas during games. They had to expend so much energy that they often couldn't finish games well.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you go back and you look at the numbers from last season, he knocked down about 77% of his free throws.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Timeout called, the Nets. Nets leading by 4. Williams passes to Lopez. Outside Kirilenko. Lopez, a screen on Johnson. Back to Lopez. Solid block, and that one's good. And the Nets lead by 6. The Lakers shooting 47%, pretty solid. Boozer, a screen on Johnson. Kobe dishes to Hill. Back to Kobe, trying to find Boozer, and he does now. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Garnett with the screen for Williams. Johnson in the corner. No one near him. And the shot is good. Johnson's got 6. Darren Williams enjoying an efficient season, shooting the ball last year, 2013-14. Steve, his best field goal percentage in years.
Yeah, and over the last 2 seasons, his best consistent three-point shooting. So he's become a dependable threat from long range.
Here's Williams after Joe Johnson scored. Williams kicks to Kirilenko. Into Johnson. Banked in off the glass. Johnson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
And Darren Williams becoming much more perimeter-oriented of late. At one point in his career, over 40% of his shots came in the paint. Now it's just around 30%.
Now here's Bryant. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Williams. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Garnett the pass to Williams. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Johnson, good.
And I think part of Darren Williams getting to the rim less often is simply that this team doesn't run like the Jazz did when he was in Utah. But this is an older team who plays more of a half-court style.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the 4th best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, you think about what might have been. That was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta, where he became an all-star. And you always wonder what might have been in Phoenix.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Lopez. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. Bogdanovich is checked in for Andre Kirilenko. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Williams. Now here's Bryant. Shot to stop the run. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Kobe's got 7 points.
Joe Johnson in his second season in Atlanta averaging 25 a game, but that was 8 years ago. Last season, around 16 a game.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He was intent on running the offense through Kobe. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
And age starting to show for Johnson. Below average player efficiency rating the last 2 seasons. But he's still owed $48 million over this season and next.
Now here's Bryant. He has 7. Shot from free throw range. Again, the Lakers.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Outside Jack. He kicks it to Johnson. The pass to Teletovic. Back to Johnson. Check for three. Here's Bogdanovich, and airballs the triple. That one was way off. Lakers trail by 8. Lynn dishes to Kobe. Randall with a screen for Bryant. He feeds it to Young. Young left side. And yes, sir, that one drops. Young's got his first bucket of the night. 15 seconds left to play in the third. And Jack kicks to Johnson. Jack passes to Johnson. Misses. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets out in front, up 6. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin? Sure. This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like they had no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass.
Beautiful.
Lakers trail by 6. Inside it's Plumlee and Lopez. Darren Williams out there with Anderson. And it's Kirilenko in at the 3, the small forward.
What throw down there. Man, talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
Nash against Williams. There's the dish to Anderson. Kirilenko kicks to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. LA has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Nash dishes to Johnson. There's the pick. Johnson left side. 6 to shoot. Here's Young. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, there's always a lot of nicknames in the NBA. I love what became of Nick Young last year in L.A. All of a sudden, he dubbed himself Swaggy P, and it caught on. It seemed like the whole league kind of loved watching him play and referring to him by that nickname.
And Nick Swaggy Young, they call him. Swaggy P, never swaggier than last season. The top scoring rate of his career and some of the best efficiency as well. He had some huge nights.
And Young, a good ball handler. He can get his shot whenever he wants.
And that's often, Kevin. Don't expect a lot of assists from him. This is a guy who, when he touches the ball, it's going up.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Plumlee. And so Young nails them both. Well, you talk about the financial commitment by the Brooklyn Nets. Last year's starting lineup was the highest paid in NBA history.
Well, to a man, they all made well over $10 million, Kevin. I mean, Joe Johnson was over $20 million, and boy, that's a lot of cheese to be coughing up to those guys, but it is what it is.
Then for the around 26 non-luxury tax teams in the NBA, they might want to write up a nice thank you card to the Nets, considering that the Nets paid about $88 million in tax. That's the highest in league history. A good chunk of that change goes to those other teams.
No good on that one.
But even as expensive as the Brooklyn roster has been, the Nets are still enjoying a huge boost in franchise value since moving to Brooklyn. 2 years ago, the team was valued at $357 million or thereabouts. I wonder where these valuation numbers come from. But anyway, last year that number was at $780 million. That's not a bad return in just a couple of years. It almost sounds like play money. He did the important part at the line there, the heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a two-possession game.
Boozer trying to get open. Got that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Young.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Garnett with a screen on Nash. Williams kicks to Garnett. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 4 assists in the game.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Johnson, the pass to Hill. Boozer, a screen on Lopez. To the left side wing. It's blocked by Lopez. Williams dishes to Anderson. Lopez, a screen on Nash. Garnett with the screen for Williams. Garnett, right side. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Some changes for the Lakers. Kobe comes in for Young, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Nash. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Goes up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
And Brooklyn has possession. Outside Williams. Feeds it to Garnett. Fades back. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Johnson kicks to Kobe. And he can't bank that one in. Brooklyn leading by 7. Outside Williams. Kicks it to Garnett. The baseline J. Again, Garnett missing.
Well, you have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
And here is Johnson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Good game for Kobe. He has 9 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they've been knocking down the mid-range jumper as well.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Anderson. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, I think that's a great strategy. Not only do you get stops as well.
Lopez, a screen on Bryant. Nice job coming off that screen. And that's 15 points for Johnson.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're losing by 7. A minute 50 left to play here in the 4th. A minute 50 left in the 4th. Boozer a screen on Johnson. The drive by Bryant. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Brooklyn leading by 5.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one. No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Darren Williams. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, Williams has been great. He's got 11 points and 6 assists.
And is there an area of the floor where he hasn't scored from tonight?
I don't think so, Steve. I mean, 3s and 2s are both going down for him with regularity now.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there, and that brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Fades. And again, it's the Lakers.
The defense starting to falter. I think we're seeing some tired legs there, Clark.
Nets leading by 5. Gets tipped. Now Lynn. Bryant is doubled. And Brooklyn has possession. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And Lynn with a clear path to the hoop. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
We could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
Well, it's become a battle of wills, Clark. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
Johnson, the pass to Williams. Kirilenko kicks to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. The 3. Rebound Hill. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Lynn dishes to Kobe. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Boy, that was a tough one, because if that goes down, you tie the score.
And you know they wanted to go down. They put together a nice run. That would have tied it.
At the line for 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Lakers call time here. They're down by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fires it up. They get it back. Sinks it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, that is a massive shot.
You know it is. He's stepping right into the spotlight.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
Darren Williams. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, that's going to be it. Great work at the charity stripe. That'll close this game out.
Here's Lynn. Brooklyn with the rebound. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
That's his 4th personal foul. 5th team foul. At the line for your Nets, Kevin Garnett. At the line for 2.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. And here's Bryant for 3. Nails the tray. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. So it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. Tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a ton of intensity on the floor.
You know, the crowd brought so much energy, you know, it's Brooklyn energy. The noise in the building was fantastic, you know, and we just need more of that in the season.
Brooke, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Deron Williams.